Hey everyone, this is Kelly Cahoot and I'm here with another video for Honeybee Stamps. Today I have a colorful card to share with you using Honeybee Stamps, Smile stamp set, and dies. The first thing I did was tape down some Canson XL Bristol paper. I've been using this paper more and more for color blending and watercoloring, and I love it. So far so good. So like I said, I taped that down, and then I am going to make a color burst coming out of that heart that I traced onto my paper. Later on, I'm going to cut out that heart with that die cut, so no need to worry about those pencil lines. But I'm going to use my Clarity stencil brushes and lots of different distress inks. I'm going to share another card with you at the very end of this video that I used just dye inks that I had on hand. You don't necessarily need to use distress inks. Any kind of ink that you have will work. So I made some little beams or some little beams of color coming out of that heart, and I'm going to crisscross or overlap the colors just a little bit, as you can see there on that top part. And then I'm just going to go around and around that heart until I have the whole paper filled in. It doesn't matter whether the little points match up, because like I said, we're going to cut that out with the die later on. I'm going to use a little bit of Glimmer Mist and give that a nice shimmer all over. And then I'm going to take a paper towel and just kind of sop up a little bit of that moisture. And this does two things. It both dries up a little bit of the moisture on the paper, but it also leaves an awesome texture to where it pulls up just a little bit of that distress ink. So I've gone ahead and I've trimmed down the sides of my cards, and I've also gone ahead and die cut that heart. And I went ahead and die cut it out of white paper also, and that's where I'm going to add my greeting. I'm going to use this Honeybee Stamps Smile stamp set, and this card is going to say, "You make my heart smile." I've got that set up in my Misty stamping tool, and I'm going to use Versamark ink, and I made sure to use my anti-static powder tool first, because I'm going to add some super shimmery silver embossing powder. You can see all that shine and glitter there. And then after I add that, I'm going to knock a little bit off with a paintbrush, and then I'm going to heat set that with my heat tool. On the Smile die cut, I cut that out 4 times, and I stacked them one on top of the other using a little bit of adhesive. And I took that squeezed lemonade, I used that on part of the card there, and I colored the smile with the squeezed lemonade using my stencil brush. I'm going to add that right on top, and stacking those die cuts up just adds a lot of dimension and some interest to the front of your card. I'm also going to give a little bit of shimmer spray to that die cut. I'm going to add that to the front of my card, and then last but not least, add a clear honeybee dewdrop there for the little dot on the eye. And then let me share another card that I did. You could do this any color. I love this technique because you could literally do anything. I used the same die and inlaid that into the design, but I used super bright, vibrant colors and adhered that onto black cardstock. I finished it up by using a honeybee diamond there, as you can see there is the dot on the eye. And that is the finished product for today. Thank you all for joining me. The supplies will be listed in the description box, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye.